Well, okay, folks, we have arrived in Mission, Oregon, just outside of Pendleton, where we are staying at the Wild Horse Casino RV Resort. And in this video, we're going to take you with us as we set up the rig. After 5 years, this is how we do it. We've learned a lot of stuff along the way, and we're going to show that to you in this video, so stick around. So step one, like checking into pretty much any campground, Teresa gets out and she's over there checking in. Once she comes back, tells us what site we're in, that's when we'll get things going. Boy, it's really windy out here all of a sudden. All right, stick with us. All right, where are we at, Nick?
Okay, we are in site 28, so we're gonna go up here to the very end, take a left, go all the way down, take another left, and then she said that all 5 of us are together. So
sweet. And it's a pull-through site.
Yes, it is.
Should make things easier. It
sure does make things a lot easier.
All right, let's go.
Okay.
Okay, so the first thing that we did was get in and just get the trailer level, and now we'll start going through the setup routine. And so we'll get the outside done and then we'll take the inside. Okay, I'm just getting things out of the bins. This is our power cord. We'll take that to the back. Power is usually the first thing that we set up.
All right, here he goes.
All right, so we're gonna disconnect and we're gonna get it off the truck, and then from there, then we can start setting up all the, you know, the nice to have stuff. Okay, unlock this. Try to do it the same way every single time. That way I never miss anything. Okay, so now let's get off the truck. Now I'm going to move the truck forward, and then we'll see if we're level.
Okay.
Okay, when we check level from side to side, we always use the back bumper and our trusty ball level. When we check front to rear, and I can tell you, we got to go down a bunch. We always put it on the floor, and then Teresa will just stand right here, and I'll start pushing it down, and she'll tell me when. Okay, so now we're ready to hook up the power. Gonna get our surge protector tested first, and then we'll hook up our power.
Exactly. All right, you're on.
Why are these all on? Huh?
So people don't turn them off when they unplug.
Yeah, this thing's burnt. That instills a lot of confidence in. That's why you have a surge protector. Did you get that part?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
I was more on Bob than I was on you, but I got it.
Get out.
No, it wasn't your fault. It was my fault how I was holding it.
right, the first thing we're gonna do is test the surge protector. Right now everything's off. And we just flicked our 30 amp. It clicked and the dog's face turned white. So that means is
Good to go.
jacked up as the post looks, it's functioning. Turn it back off. And now we're gonna plug in our shoreline and hit it again. Click, we're good to go. Okay, now we're gonna go ahead and get our water system squared away. We always put our filter at the source, and then we run all the way up to the city water connection with a quick connect. So let's go to that end for, yeah. One thing about water systems is I don't know that we've ever been to a park that has a uniform system. So you just have to be prepared. I don't think I've ever been to a park that shot the water straight up out of the ground. I don't know. Yeah, this is weird. Super important, whether you need it or not, we always go ahead and throw a water regulator on. If the water comes out just dripping, it's always better to take it off. But that initial blast of water, make sure you have your regulator, otherwise you might be mopping up the campsite. Okay, to avoid issues with tension and stuff on your city water connection, we always use a 90-degree brass angle and a quick connect. We started using the quick connect, and once we started using the quick connect, we don't have leaks anymore. So anyway, we're gonna go ahead and plug in. And that's the water. And from here, Teresa needs to run inside, open up all the valves, and then she will let me know when it's ready to turn the water on.
So now we're going to make sure that the water works. Oh, there's one. Two. And there's the third one. Water pressure is a go. So we have to remember to run the water for the heater. So, because I tend to forget to run the water so the hot water heater can fill up. Because you don't want to ruin that. So you got to do both sides.
Okay, the X-Shocks are in. They keep the trailer from wobbling back and forth. We're also going to put our additional Valterra stabilizers down when we drop the rest of our stabilizers, and that's next. Okay, we use some of the Lego blocks with our wood blocks because we want to reduce the angle that our stabilizers, and that keeps it from wobbling too much. So we're lower in the front, we're higher in the back, so we're going to put just 2 blocks in the front, and we'll probably stack up 3 blocks in the back. Using a drill with this Camco bit makes this chore just a little bit easier, a lot faster. Interior levelers on, and we'll be pretty much done with the outside except for the sewer, which is always the last thing I do. So when you're using the Valterra stabilizer, they fit in the bag, fold it up. When you unfold it, make sure that this pin right here is facing inward on both sides. We always put it on the passenger side of our trailer and on the rear. Now when you're doing this, you got to be aware that the gas line runs right on the other side of this beam, or the underside of this beam. And you want these to be at about a 45. So you can actually feel that gas line is right there. And that's kind of what I use as my guide for these stabilizers. Okay, when you tighten these down, remember not to over tighten. And I always like to keep a hand up on this rail. That way I know that it's not pinching or putting undue stress on my gas line back there. All right, and that's that.
Oh yeah, because look how close we are to the sewer.
Yeah.
I think that's the shortest one we've ever had.
So we're really fortunate here that our sewer hose is like going to be really close. So I think we could get away with using our short hose. We carry 2 hoses with us. We carry a long hose, which I think is about 25 feet. And then we carry a short hose, which I think extends out to about 6 feet. And we've needed both of them at places. And this one, not so much. Sanitary, you're not wearing gloves.
Hey, where you put on some? Any thumb is good. Down or up, it don't matter.
So we got the peanut gallery over there.
That was lame.
And notice that nobody wants to volunteer to help you with your poop hose. So I'm gonna go grab my short stinky slinky and we'll get this thing attached.
Hey, and if you want one, I know somebody who can get you one. Yeah.
You gotta run that hose back here,
Sorry. That was your crotch for about 5 seconds.
So in Oregon, you're required to have a screw-in hose. In the state of Washington, you need one of these bad boys right here because they don't always have screw-ins. So this will sit inside the hole, and then I keep a little bungee on it that keeps my hose pushing pressure down. But in Oregon, you're fine with the screw-in.
Oh, and it fits. Perfect.
Yep.
And that's it.
All right, let's head inside. Okay, now that we've got the outside completely set up, Teresa always handles the inside, and in full disclosure, we're usually doing this simultaneously, but we're gonna walk you through it now. So right now, Teresa is going to push the slide out. Okay, so for our slide out, we know that we need an arm length to make sure that we clear any obstructions. And I'll give her a knock. And she starts pushing the slide out.
All right, so we turn the water on and we turn it on to the hot so it fills up the water tank so the water can get heated.
Yep.
And so then after the tank is full, then I can turn on the button to heat up the water. Out the rugs. Nothing spectacular.
They're nothing special, but having these rugs by the doors is really nice because it keeps you from dragging a bunch of stuff all through the trailer.
Oh, then
Action.
all right, so once we get here and we get the water and everything set up, we put a scoop of Happy Camper in the toilet.
And you always want plenty of water with the Happy Camper, otherwise it will start kind of clogging up. And so the more water, the better. You can never skimp on water, especially when you have full hookups.
I'm just gonna fill it up. So I'm just gonna fill the water up a little bit, and then I'll pour it in, and then I'll put the sprayer on so I make sure that it gets all the way down there.
And this is another scoop of Happy Camper that Teresa's dropping in the kitchen sink, and she does the bathroom sink too. And what that does is it starts breaking things down, but it also reduces, you know, tank odors and whatnot. So we find that it works. It also allows us to, you know, get some water in the tanks. Go.
And so when I do that, I also fill up Jerry's water for coffee in the morning. We used to have the big one. We went to the smaller one because it's easier to travel with. So then just get that ready and turn that sucker on.
As soon as power gets hooked up, we get the refrigerator turned on. We're at a really good temperature here. Bathroom's good.
Oh, we gotta put the sign up.
Our sign will go out.
Along with the table. But we might not put the table out tonight because it's windy and
Yeah.
there's nothing to set on it. And I take the cord off take the cord off. And then I gotta do the chairs, and then my job's pretty much done. Mine doesn't take as long as Jerry's, but
And there's really nothing to do in the bedroom because we always leave the bed made. It's all ready. When we come out before we travel and throw our clothing in there, it's all done. It's all set up. So the bedroom requires really no attention whatsoever.
no. So
Okay, now the chairs are set and we're pretty much
good to
good.
go.
Take the little straps off the... We got these little straps from Night Eyes, and they work really well on all the cabinets. Keeps the doors from opening up when we're traveling, and seems to work really well. So we have one of those for every one of our overhead doors.
And I just put them whichever cabinet they go into. I just slide them underneath something so that I know that's where they're at. Okay.
All right, so we are completely set up and we are ready for a fantastic time in camp. We appreciate you coming with us on our little journey this weekend and seeing how we go through our setup process. It's nothing special, but it is the way that we do it. And like I said, we do it the same way every time. And that way we don't forget anything.
Remember, a happy life,
Starts in a happy place.
and we found ours.
That's right. And setting it up is all part of the process. Thanks for coming. We are motivating you to get the most out of your RV. And really, that means you got to set it up once in a while. Hey, thanks for coming. Leave a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button. Do all the things. And we'll see you in the next video.